The cry in the darkness. The night was quiet, too quiet for a world so full of pain. Sirens echoed through empty streets. Neon lights flickered over broken glass. Somewhere, someone was whispering, "God, if you're real, please, don't forget me." This is not just another story. This is the sound of lost souls calling out from the edge of despair. Addiction, betrayal, depression, suicide. Every face you see on the mercy road has walked through hell and come back alive, not because they were strong, but because mercy found them first. "When mercy found me, I was already dead inside," said one man, his eyes trembling with tears. "But somehow, he brought me back." The world today is full of noise, influencers, trends, money, fame. Yet more people are lonely than ever before. Mercy Road is not about religion. It's not about perfection. It's about what happens when the God of mercy collides with human brokenness, and something miraculous begins to burn inside the ashes. In this documentary, you will witness stories that defy logic. Drug addicts who became healers, atheists who saw light in the dark, and broken families restored by one unexplainable force: mercy. This is not fantasy. This is not emotion. This is real. And maybe it could be your story too. The addict who found the cross. He was just 25 when he hit rock bottom. No home, no friends, no heartbeat for life. The city knew him as Eli the Ghost, a man wandering alleys with empty eyes and needle scars down his arms. Every night he told himself, "Tomorrow, I'll stop." But tomorrow never came. One freezing winter night, he collapsed beside a trash bin behind an old church. Rain turned to ice. His breath slowed. He was ready to die. Then, through the storm, a faint sound broke the silence. A choir singing, "Amazing Grace." The words pierced through the fog of addiction like fire through dry wood. He looked up and saw a flicker of light through the church window, a cross glowing faintly in the distance. He didn't know what drove him forward. Maybe it wasn't his strength at all. He crawled toward the door, soaked, shivering, and half-conscious. When he pushed it open, a warm wave of candlelight wrapped around him. An old priest looked up from the altar and froze. Eli fell to his knees and whispered, "Father, I don't want to die like this." The priest knelt beside him, his eyes filled with tears. "Then you won't," he said softly, "because mercy came looking for you." That night, Eli didn't find religion. He found mercy. Raw, undeserved, unstoppable mercy. It wasn't about rules. It wasn't about worthiness. It was about the God who steps into the filth of humanity and says, "You still belong to me." Days turned into weeks. Detox was brutal. Nightmares, fever, pain. But every morning the priest would come to his bedside and whisper, "One more day of mercy, my son. Just one more day." After months of struggle, Eli stood again, sober, trembling, but free. He started cleaning the same church where he was found dying. Years later, he became a counselor for addicts. He told every broken soul the same words that saved him: "You're not too far gone. Mercy knows where to find you." Today, people call him Pastor Eli. But when he tells his story, his voice still cracks. "I didn't find God," he says. "He found me, in the trash." The woman who forgave the unforgivable. Her name was Isabella Grace, but for years she couldn't live up to her own name. Her world collapsed the night a drunk driver killed her husband and 6-year-old daughter on their way home from church. The man who caused it walked away with only a broken arm. Isabella was left with a broken soul. For 2 years she'd lived in silence, curtains closed, photos turned to the wall, faith buried under anger. She went to church but not to pray. She went to argue with God. "How could you let this happen?" she whispered every Sunday, staring at the cross. "Why him and not me?" People tried to comfort her, but comfort can't reach a heart frozen by rage. Until one day, she received a letter from the man who killed her family. It read, "I don't expect forgiveness. I only ask you to know that I think of them every day. I am sober now. I pray for their souls, and for you." Isabella threw the letter in the fire. But as the paper burned, she felt something inside her burn too. The last piece of her heart still capable of love. That night she had a dream. She saw her daughter smiling, standing in a field of light. The child whispered, "Mom, it's okay. Let him go. Come home to mercy." When Isabella woke up, tears soaked her pillow. She went to the church she hadn't entered in years and collapsed before the cross. "God," she cried, "I can't forgive him. But you can. Please, teach me how." It didn't happen overnight. Forgiveness is not a switch. It's a slow resurrection. But one Sunday morning, she stood up during Mass and whispered, "I forgive him." Her voice broke, but heaven heard. Months later, Isabella met the man face to face at a prison ministry event. He was older now, haunted, humble. When he saw her, he froze. Tears ran down both their faces. She took his trembling hands and said, "Mercy found me first, so I'll pass it on." That moment changed them both. Today, Isabella leads a foundation for victims of drunk driving. Her message is simple yet thunderous. You don't forgive because they deserve it. You forgive because you deserve peace. The scars remain, but so does mercy, stronger than death, deeper than pain. The message of mercy, how God turns pain into purpose. Mercy is not an emotion, it's not pity, nor weakness. Mercy is power, quiet, unstoppable, divine power that rewrites the stories the world has given up on. Every scar, every failure, every broken road can become a seed of purpose in the hands of God. Eli, the addict, should have died in that alley. Isabella should have drowned in grief. But mercy didn't just heal them, it transformed them. Now, their pain has a mission. Their stories are weapons of hope. In every corner of the world, people like them walk the mercy road. They are the forgotten, the guilty, the lost, yet chosen by grace to shine light in the darkest places. And their message echoes the same truth. Mercy doesn't erase your past, it redeems it. That's the mystery of divine mercy. It does not pretend your wounds never happened. It turns them into windows for the world to see God's compassion. There's a saying, your story is not over because your failure is not final. If you are breathing, mercy is still working. If your heart still beats, heaven is not finished with you yet. Pain is not the end of the road, it's the beginning of revelation. When you bring your brokenness to the cross, it becomes the bridge between death and life. Look at Eli. The addict became a shepherd for others. Look at Isabella. The widow became a voice of forgiveness. The same mercy that raised Jesus from the tomb now lives in them, and in you. Mercy is not a place we visit, said one pastor. It's the road we walk every day. And that's the truth of Mercy Road. It's not about perfect people doing holy things. It's about shattered hearts choosing love again, about failures refusing to give up, about sinners standing on their knees before a merciful God and finding freedom. Because when you've walked through the fire of shame and still felt His grace, you stop judging, you start loving, you stop running, you start kneeling, you stop saying, "Why me?" and begin to whisper, "Thank you, Lord, for not letting go." This is the miracle of mercy, that the worst day of your life can become the first day of your testimony. The call to hope and revival. Walking the mercy road. The stories you've heard are not ancient legends. They are happening right now. In every city, in every broken home, mercy is still moving, like a quiet river carving through stone hearts. The world is darker than ever. Addiction, depression, division, they scream louder every day. People are chasing light through screens, pills, and promises that always fade. But there is one light that never fades, the light of mercy. Mercy is not trending, it's eternal. It's not loud, but it changes everything it touches. And right now, it's calling you. Maybe you've walked far away. Maybe you've done things that make you believe you can't be forgiven. Maybe you've said, "I'm too broken." But listen, God never said, "Be perfect and come to me." He said, "Come to me and I'll make you new." That's what Mercy Road is about. Not rules, not religion, but relationship. Not a story of saints, but of sinners who dared to believe one more time. It's about the second chance that never expires. When you walk the Mercy Road, you realize something. The cross isn't a monument, it's a door. And on the other side of that door is everything you've been searching for. Forgiveness, healing, peace, purpose. "I thought my life was over," says Pastor Eli, his eyes glistening, "but mercy gave me a new beginning. I thought forgiveness was impossible," Isabella adds, "but mercy made me free." Their voices blend into a choir of testimonies, hundreds, thousands, all saying the same thing. We were lost, but mercy found us. And that's the truth. Mercy is not a story we tell. It's a movement that transforms lives. Now it's your turn. Maybe you're watching this video in the middle of the night, holding back tears. Maybe your heart is heavy with guilt, fear, or loss. But the fact that you're here means mercy is already calling your name. You are not forgotten. You are not disqualified. You are not too late. Stand up. Take one step, because that's all it takes to begin walking the Mercy Road. The voice fades into stillness. The screen glows with a simple message. Mercy is real. Mercy is now. Mercy is for you. Then the music swells, and the final sequence begins. Images of people around the world. A man hugging his son for the first time after years apart. A woman lighting a candle for her lost child. A group of strangers praying on a city street. A child laughing under the rain. Every tear, every hug, every whisper of, "I forgive you." They're all part of one infinite heartbeat pulsing through the universe. The heartbeat of God's mercy. As the video fades out, one final line appears. This is the Mercy Road, where broken hearts learn to shine again.